guys, Jenny with On Fire Fit. Welcome to day 2 of week 2 of the battle against your giant. And today we are talking about how the giant likes to call out, threatening and intimidating you. In the book of 1 Samuel, where we have been spending some time yesterday and then again today, we find that the Israelites and David hear from Goliath the giant about how big and strong and powerful he thinks he is. And when you look at the scenario with that, of course, he is a physical giant. But when we look at our lives and the giant that seems to be identified in our minds, what is your giant saying to intimidate you? And I promise you, the giant does say things to you. This is the thing that goes through our minds when we want to try to knock it down. And these are the things that start to creep in that make us retreat and back up and not step up to the line to fight against it. It is very easy for this to happen because most of the time, the giant that you are looking at right now is something that you've tried to battle before. And so you may have stirred up some feelings of not having victory over this in the past. But everything changes when you put it in context with what God can do. So as you go through the exercise, again, with your handout so that you can fill in, I want you to start thinking about how your giant is trying to intimidate you. There's a quote you may have heard: fear is an idea crippling, experience crushing, success stalling inhibitor inflicted only by yourself. I know that you might not feel like it's only by yourself, but honestly, the way that we react to situations is going to make or break us. This giant in our lives really doesn't need to be a giant if we look at it from the standpoint of victory in God and that He can do all things and that He works good for us. And so a lot of times what the giant is doing is just trying to cripple you and trying to create enough of that fear that you back off, even if it's just for today. Because if he can stall you for a day, he can stall you again tomorrow. And the more that we keep putting off till tomorrow what we know we need to do for today, he has won again. So in this battle, we are learning what he's trying to say, and we need to counteract it with what we're going to say back. And this is really important. So I want you to take your time to go through this exercise, get this information in your head so that you know how to attack and fight back. And so as you go through, decide what you're going to say when that giant tries to say things to you. I'll give you my example, and it's based on my writing giant that I told you about. So it has been going on for months. I would sit down for a day here and there. I would tell myself, just do 20 minutes. By the end of the day, I'd be like, well, I'm too tired and now I'm not inspired. So next day I would say, well, do it first thing. Well, first thing in the morning, well, you've got to do this, that, and the other. Okay, well, I'll do it later in the day. Later in the day, I'm not inspired. So you see how this is going. When I finally decided, you know what, this is my job. God has given me this as one of my jobs to do. And so I am going to carve out some time and I am going to sit down and I'm going to do it. And when the thought occurs to me, as it did this morning, you're not feeling very inspired. Your thoughts are a little disorganized. Maybe wait for them to be sorted out. These are the things the giant is trying to say to me. And I decided, you know what? I already know what's up. I'm already doing a devotional and video series on this. And you would think that it would come, I would be able to hit it faster. And I did. I got better today. But I did say, you know what, Lord, this is yours. You put this thought in my head. You have given me the power already to do it. So I am going to sit down. I am praying for your direction. This is not mine. It is yours. And I am just the vessel. You are the one that's going to pour the words out through me. And so I'm going to trust in that. And he worked me through 1 whole week worth of devotionals today in the process of me trying to fight off the giant. So there you go. So what about you? What is your giant? What is it saying to you? And how are you going to fight back? All right, I will catch you tomorrow for day 3. Thanks so much for being with me, and go attack that giant on fire.